Reading for Wednesday, 16th of February, Acts of the Apostles, chapter 19, beginning at verse 21. After these things had happened, Paul made up his mind to travel through Macedonia and Achaia and go on to Jerusalem. After I go there, he said, I must also see Rome. So he sent to Timothy and Erastus, two of his helpers, to Macedonia, while he spent more time in the province of Asia. It was at this time that there was serious trouble in Ephesus because of the way of the Lord. A certain silversmith named Demetrius made silver models of the temple of the goddess Artemis, and his business brought a great deal of profit to the workers. So he called them all together with others whose work was like theirs and said to them, Men, you know that our prosperity comes from this work. Now you can see and hear for yourselves what this fellow Paul is doing. He says that man-made gods are not gods at all, and he has succeeded in convincing many people, both here in Ephesus and in nearly the whole province of Asia. There is danger then that this business of ours will get a bad name. Not only that, but there is also the danger that the temple of the great goddess Artemis will come to mean nothing, and that her greatness will be destroyed, the goddess worshipped by everyone in Asia and all the world. As the crowd heard these words, they became furious and started shouting, Great is Artemis of Ephesus! The uproar spread throughout the whole city. The mob seized Gaius and Aristarchus, two Macedonians who were travelling with Paul, and rushed with them to the theatre. Paul himself wanted to go before the crowd, but the believers would not let him. Some of the provincial authorities who were his friends also sent him a message, begging him not to show himself in the theatre. Meanwhile, the whole meeting was in an uproar. Some people were shouting one thing, others were shouting something else, because most of them did not even know why they had come together. Some of the people concluded that Alexander was responsible, since the Jews made him go up to the front. Then Alexander motioned with his hand for the people to be silent, and he tried to make a speech of defence. But when they recognized that he was a Jew, they all shouted together at the same thing for 2 hours. Great is Artemis of Ephesus. At last the town clerk was able to calm the crowd. Fellow Ephesians, he said, everyone knows that the city of Ephesus is the keeper of the temple of the great Artemis and of the sacred stone that fell down from heaven. Nobody can deny these things. So then you must calm down and not do anything reckless. You have brought these men here even though they have not robbed temples or said evil things about our goddess. If Demetrius and his workers have an accusation against anyone, we have the authorities and the regular days for court. Charges can be made there. But if there is something more that you want, it will have to be settled in a legal meeting of citizens. For after what has happened today, there is the danger that we will be accused of a riot. There is no excuse for all this uproar, and we would not be able to give a good reason for it. After saying this, he dismissed the meeting.